What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the LMS Sports Network. And today, we're stepping into something a little different that we haven't done on this podcast yet, and that is WWE Backlash 2026. We've got bloodline drama reaching a breaking point as Roman Reigns defends against Jacob Fatu in what might shake the entire family tree. We've got Seth Rollins going head-to-head with Braun Breaker and the chaos in that U.S. title match between Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. Plus, we've got a potential match of the night with Io Sky versus Asuka and a wild tag team match that could bring some surprises. I'll be giving you the full breakdown, storylines, expectations, and of course, our predictions and hot takes for every single match on the card. Sit back, lock in, and let's talk WWE Backlash 2026. Before we get started, I want to introduce a new member of the podcast.
What's up, you guys? My name's Jason. I'm going to be sitting here with you talking a little wrestling. Little background on me. I've been watching wrestling since I've been 3 years old, sitting back on my great-grandparents' living room floor watching the old AWA. Yes, you're talking Vern Gagne, Baron Von Raschke, and Mad Dog Vachon. So, Logan, let's get to it.
All right. So first off, I just want to mention John Cena is going to be appearing at Backlash. Apparently, there's like something with that WWE club. I don't really know if he'll appear in anything like super serious, but what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I think a lot of it is to promote that club, WWE. John Cena's going to be there, and I think what it is it's going to kind of kick off maybe a meet and greet type thing with like the WWE superstars and legends. Other than that, I can't imagine it's really going to be as noteworthy as he kind of says it's going to be.
Yeah, that's kind of what my thoughts are too. Most that I could see happening outside of the club WWE is maybe appearing after the tag team match or something, but we'll get more into that as we go through the matches. And speaking of that, we will be talking about that tag team match. Danhausen and a mystery partner.
Very nice, very evil.
Versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. The feud has been a mix of comedy and a lot of chaos. Mostly comedy. Danhausen has been tormenting The Miz. And there was a vow renewal angle. There was the house invasion. There's just been a lot of different segments that have been just really goofy, really funny. It's been really enjoyable seeing Danhausen in WWE. If I had to predict first his partner, I think it'd make the most sense to have Royce Keys.
Okay.
Previous ties from AEW, and he'll finally get to be showcased on an actual PLE. And I guess I'll just also predict that I gave the team a name too, Powerhausen.
That is awesome, actually.
Going back to Royce Keys and AEW, Powerhouse, Hobbs, so I kind of just went off of that. I thought it was kind of funny. How about you? What do you who do you think is the mystery partner, and who do you think is going to win?
You know, I think this one's going to be total comedy from start to finish. I mean, you got Danhausen, who after that debut at Elimination Chamber that fell absolutely flat, I was a little worried Hausen for him, but he's been extremely entertaining. So I was kind of going back and forth, going, all right, who's the most likely candidates for Danhausen's partners? The biggest one I was thinking would be Joe Hendry, but he's on Raw. So that leaves an opening there. So I'm thinking if this one's going to be total comedy, we're going to say Danhausen went and spent a few human dineros down in AAA and is bringing his good buddy, Mr. Iguana.
I actually didn't see that at whatsoever. Like, I thought of Royce Keys as a potential partner, and then I kind of like did a little search. I wanted to see like what were some possibilities of who it could be, and like that was one person I didn't see. That'd be really fun. Especially
I would be okay.
What was that?
No, go ahead, but I was just gonna say I'd be okay with Royce Keys because that actually gets him on the screen.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking too. He hasn't even had any screen time. But yeah, Mystery Iguana would be a great addition too. Like either one. Another one that I saw not going to happen. And it would be like kind of shocking, but Elton Prince.
You know, I want to say he's out for a year and is
Yeah,
being with neck surgery. But if that was the case, that would be quite interesting to have Pretty Deadly kind of face each other at this point in time. But
it would most definitely be interesting. I don't think it's going to happen whatsoever. Like I haven't even like I wouldn't imagine that he's coming back anytime soon. But it was just something that I saw and I felt like just putting that out there that there's a possibility of that too. But like I said, I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah, and the poor guy that's somewhat lost in the shuffle here in this match is the Miz. He's you know, cursed, but you really don't. He hasn't really had any tag team partners that are kind of out there free agents. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Mr. Iguana, but I would definitely be okay with Royce Keys.
Okay. And then did you say a winner yet?
I did not, but I am guessing we're going to go Danhausen and the mystery partner.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of a
Though, just kind of spitballing here, what would you think of Stephen A. Smith? Your partner.
that would be something that
Probably will never happen, but
yeah, I feel like Stephen A. Smith would be he's in well, in his own mind, he's too good for that.
that's true.
Maybe to appear at a show, but not you just cannot see him in ring.
Yeah. All right.
Next match is we got Io Sky versus Asuka. And like I guess the first thing I just want to point out is that the storyline it was supposed to like be centered around like Kairi Sane and then she got released. So it kind of like makes the feud a little weird. And also the fact that this was another match that should have been at like could have been at WrestleMania, especially if they wanted to go the route of like Kairi Sane and like knowing that she might be getting released. Just kind of feels a little like weird with the timing at least.
Yeah, so there there's a little news coming out this afternoon. Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer is reporting that there is a chance Kyrie is going to make an appearance just to close out this storyline, which would make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I'm 100% sure Io's going to win this match. I mean, when Michael Cole says she's the best wrestler in the world today, he's not wrong. And Asuka, really, what's she really? I shouldn't say that she's cold right now, but it's like I just can't see her winning this match.
Yeah, no, there's no way that she wins this match. Io Sky is most definitely a part of WWE's future, and they want to really protect that. Yeah, I was going to mention that at some point. Is that like the one thing I do really worry about this match is after this Asuka Io Sky feud, and especially with Kairi Sane getting released, I really just kind of worry about if Asuka just gets kind of lost in the shuffle. Like, what is next for her? I guess is what I want to know.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I was really, really pumped when they finally did the heel turn. I was thinking, I mean, if you really want to see some great heel women's work, look up her stuff when she was Kana in Japan. And if they could have just really fully just let her bring that character into WWE, that could have been huge. And it just what you've seen is only just like a fraction of what that was. But yeah, I get your apprehension as to what happens to Asuka after this match.
Yeah, I also don't think it really has helped that she has been injured a couple times within the last couple years. So that's kind of put a halt to some of her pushes. Yeah, I just she's such a good wrestler, and this match will be like probably really good. But then yeah, just like after this match, what is next for her?
Yeah, absolutely. This one's potentially could totally be match of the night, which would not shock anyone.
Oh, absolutely not. If you don't have anything else to say about this match, we can move on to the next one,
All right.
which is Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship match. Another feud that has had some weird
That's putting it lightly.
segments. Breadman angle has been very weird, and very weird that they're continuing it week by week.
Hello, WCW 2001.
It, it'll probably be a decent match, but just the build to it just doesn't make me excited enough to watch this match. Like I am like excited for the match. Like they could have most definitely went a different route, especially with like, for Trick Williams having Little Yachty as a manager. It's actually really worked for zero reason, and I don't really understand that, but it just works way too well. And then on top of it, Trick Williams dropping a diss track on Sammy after WrestleMania, which is hilarious. Uh, but yeah, my thoughts on this match is Trick Williams will retain way too early in his reign to drop the title, especially back to Sami Zayn.
Yeah, as a ride or die Sami Zayn fan, it kills me to say Sammy's not winning this one. This one is basically to further his path down the heel road, which, all right. I mean, I've been a big Sami Zayn fan since he was El Generico back in the Indies. And just him with the United States title was awesome, but it just kind of felt off. So
Yeah, this last time, yeah.
yeah, Trick, there's no doubting his ability whatsoever. He's so freaking talented. So yeah, Trick's gonna win this one. I wouldn't say easy. I mean, this one could potentially be match of the night, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna be Trick somewhat handily.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing that might add to the match is maybe like a interference or something. That'd be the only other thing to it. But yeah, it should be a decent match. Just weird build.
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, you could have little Yachty kind of, interfere in Trick's behalf, kind of, get Sammy mad afterwards, really further his heel turn there. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm expecting.
Right. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what Trick Williams has to offer past this feud too. Should have some really good feuds after this because like I've seen rumors of going down the route of Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams.
That'll be tremendous.
Yeah, it should be really good. I don't know when that would be, but it sounds like it would happen somewhat soon. So I guess let's hope for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be all for Trick versus Mello.
All right, moving on to the next match. We got Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, a match that was supposed to happen at this last WrestleMania, but Braun Breaker's injury kind of halted that. Breaker, he interfered. Why can't I remember if he interfered or if it was just after the match? Speared Seth Rollins. Yeah, either way, he interfered some way, and I have a feeling that Logan Paul and Austin Theory will probably end up interfering in this match to help Braun Breaker out.
Yeah, I really have no clue as to what's going to happen to this one. I mean, these two are going to beat the ever living stuffing out of each other from start to finish. And honestly, this one is so hard to predict. You've got
Yeah,
Seth Rollins who wants to get revenge on Braun Breaker, but then you're trying to build up Braun Breaker as just this monster heel so that, he's, going to be next in line at some point for the world title. But it's like, who takes the loss in this one? I mean, I honestly, I can't pick on this one.
No, it is going to be a very hard match to predict, especially since Seth Rollins just lost to WrestleMania. So having him lose 2 times in a row will be not great. But Seth Rollins always bounces back. Like, he's not going to get buried by any means.
Oh, absolutely not.
At the same time, like, continuing to build Braun Breaker is going to be very important, and I do think that Braun Breaker will end up winning this match.
I would be most okay with that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I am very excited for Braun Breaker to put himself in the main event scene. All right, the main event, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. There's a lot of interesting pieces to this feud, and I don't necessarily think that like anything will happen at Backlash, but I really think that this feud will be like a trilogy of some sort. Like, it might end at like SummerSlam. It might last until maybe even next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Jacob Fatu is one guy that I could see holding the big belt there and holding it for quite a while. The guy is just so talented for being his size. Um, like I said, do I think he's going to win the championship at some point? Yes. Is it going to be at Backlash? No.
No, that's why I really think that
Roman's going to win this one. There's probably going to be shenanigans, but your tribal chief's going to be holding up that finger at the end of the match and kind of go from there.
Yeah, I was trying to go over some things that might make sense. Because like there was rumors again of Zilla Fatu interfering, but then it doesn't really like make sense for Zilla to debut quite yet because he'll probably be on Jacob Fatu's side. It doesn't really make sense for him to interfere and join Roman unless they have some feud of Zilla Fatu versus Jacob before Jacob would win the title at some point. Otherwise, I did see that there was like a theory about the Usos because they were wearing those backwards like Raiders type jerseys and possibly turning on Roman. But like these things I just don't feel like will happen at Backlash, just for the simple fact that Roman just won the title at WrestleMania. It's way too early in his reign. And it's going to be a long-term story. It's not going to just end at Backlash. And I mean, unless there's like a DQ, that'd be the only way that would make sense. But I just don't think it's going to end at a DQ. But yeah, I do have Roman winning.
So, kind of an interesting theory I saw. I don't remember who, so I can't fully give credit. But with Gunther going after Cody Rhodes, how would you feel about? And it sounds like that might be for Clash in Italy or whenever they go overseas again. But what would you think of Gunther taking the title off of Cody and then having Jacob Fatu chase Gunther?
I wouldn't hate that. It'd be a little weird because I really think that because they are having this feud right now, Jacob will end up beating or like okay, not necessarily a passing of the torch because Roman's not going to like retire yet, but it would just make more sense for Jacob to take the title off of Roman than it would be like a Cody.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Definitely.
Do you have any other thoughts on the match at all?
No, like I said, there's gonna be some kind of weird type shenanigans. I don't know if like Solo and the what's left of the MFT come out to try and help Jacob to try and recruit him back, or like you said, the Usos kind of help out or what. But
There's
no,
a
yeah,
lot of possibilities, but like it's so hard to like predict just because yeah, it is just so early in Roman's new title reign. So like there's no way that he's gonna get the title taken off of him yet. So I just don't really see a way that like a or like anybody would be going into Jacob Fatu's side yet.
right. I mean, either way, this is gonna be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, it'll probably be a fun show. Like it doesn't really look like it's not like a star-studded uh event like up and down the card, but like it is like it's gonna be a fun show to watch.
No, you look at the match number and you're like, oh, this one's gonna be over in like 45 minutes, but WWE finds a way to eke that into 2.5 hours.
Right. All right, and that's gonna do it for today's episode of LMS Sports Network. We just broke down the entire WWE Backlash 2026 card, from the bloodline potentially imploding to breakout moments for rising stars and some matches that could absolutely steal the show. Now it's your turn. Who do you have winning? Does Roman survive the family war? Does Braun Breaker officially take over? And who's walking out with momentum after Backlash? Make sure to drop your predictions, your hot takes, and your boldest theories. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share this podcast because we've got plenty more coming soon. Stay tuned.